Hey NFL fans, before we dive into today's hottest stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update from NFL News Now. The shocking news has hit the football world like a lightning bolt that no one saw coming, as Dak Prescott, the longtime face of the Dallas Cowboys, has officially announced that he will be leaving the franchise at the end of the 2025 season. Rumors had been swirling for months about potential tension between Prescott and the Cowboys front office, but nothing could have prepared fans for a confirmation that the man who led Dallas through highs and lows is ready to close this chapter of his career. Sources close to the quarterback suggest that this decision is rooted not only in financial considerations, but also in a desire for a new challenge, an opportunity to rewrite his legacy away from the shadows of the star-studded, yet unpredictable Dallas locker room. The team itself has remained eerily silent, fueling speculation among analysts and fans alike, creating a swirl of uncertainty that has already impacted betting lines, fantasy football projections, and social media chatter. Conversations on fan forums and sports shows are buzzing with theories about possible destinations, from high-profile teams desperate for a proven leader to surprise contenders looking to shake up their offensive strategy. This announcement does not merely mark a personnel change. It signals a potential seismic shift in the NFL landscape, one that could redefine rivalries, draft strategies, and the identity of the Cowboys themselves in the coming years. While some fans are mourning what feels like the end of an era, others are already speculating about the next superstar who could step into Prescott's cleats, though no one seems truly prepared to fill the void left by his departure. The silence from Dallas management has only added to the mystique, suggesting either a calculated PR strategy or sheer disbelief that the cornerstone of their franchise is walking away voluntarily. Analysts on popular sports networks are dissecting every word of Prescott's statement, reading between the lines for hidden clues about where he might land, whether he seeks a contender ready to chase a championship immediately, or a rebuilding team willing to invest in his leadership over several seasons. The ripple effect of this news is already being felt in the locker rooms across the league, with quarterbacks and coaches reassessing their own contracts, leadership roles, and team dynamics in light of such a high-profile departure. Meanwhile, social media has exploded with fan reactions ranging from anger to admiration, and the memes alone are already becoming a cultural touchstone in the sports world. Rumors about potential suitors are multiplying by the hour, with insiders dropping hints about trade possibilities, cap space negotiations, and even the secretive conversations that have supposedly been happening behind closed doors between Prescott and team executives from multiple cities. The atmosphere is electric, tense, and uncertain, capturing the imagination of football fans around the globe who are now left to wonder how the rest of the NFL will adapt to this unprecedented announcement. The historical context of Prescott's time in Dallas makes this departure even more striking, as he has been a figure of resilience, leading comeback wins, earning accolades, and navigating injuries that could have derailed a lesser quarterback's career. Yet, the timing of this announcement raises questions about the internal dynamics of the Cowboys, their commitment to building around a superstar, and the strategy of their front office in balancing financial constraints with player retention. For years, Prescott has been the focal point of the team's offense, the symbolic embodiment of Dallas ambitions, and now that chapter is closing amid whispers of unspoken frustrations, unmet promises, and strategic disagreements that insiders are careful to frame delicately. Reports suggest that the decision was not abrupt but the culmination of long, private deliberations between Prescott, his family, and trusted advisors, a process that may have started months, if not years, before the public announcement. Speculation continues to mount about which teams have already initiated preliminary contact, with league insiders hinting at a scramble among franchises seeking to capitalize on the chance to acquire a quarterback with both experience and star power. Meanwhile, Dallas' silence remains deafening, prompting analysts to question whether the organization will attempt to make a final push to retain him, or whether they have already started planning a post-Prescott era that could involve high draft picks, trades, or a total reconfiguration of their offensive scheme. The combination of personal ambition, professional timing, and the high-stakes business of football has converged into a drama that feels like it could dominate headlines well beyond the 2025 season, creating a storyline that is part career evolution, part strategic chess match, and part emotional roller coaster for fans worldwide. The economic and branding implications of Prescott's departure are equally staggering, as the Cowboys are not just losing a player. They are losing a face, a symbol, and a marketing powerhouse whose influence extended beyond the field into endorsements, merchandise sales, and public perception of the franchise. Industry insiders are already projecting significant shifts in revenue streams, including ticket sales, sponsorship deals, and merchandise turnover, as fans grapple with both disappointment and curiosity about what comes next. The quarterback market has never been more unpredictable, and Prescott's exit only intensifies competition for elite talent, forcing teams to reconsider budgets, negotiate aggressively, and strategize around not just athletic performance, but public relations impact. Analysts are drawing parallels to other monumental player moves in NFL history, debating whether this will rank among the most transformative departures and how it might reshape narratives around loyalty, team culture, and the business of football itself. Social media trends reveal a storm of divided fan opinions, where admiration for Prescott's career clashes with outrage toward the Cowboys' perceived mismanagement, creating a feedback loop of speculation, rumor, and instant news cycles. In essence, the announcement has transcended sports reporting, becoming a cultural event that resonates far beyond the stadium, influencing everything from fantasy football strategies to mainstream pop culture references, and keeping everyone on edge about what will happen next. The story of Dak Prescott's decision is not just a chapter in Dallas history. It is a saga poised to ripple across every corner of the NFL ecosystem, with reverberations that could last for years. Behind the scenes, sources hint that internal conversations within the Cowboys organization are fraught with tension as executives attempt to navigate the fallout without publicly revealing cracks in the team's foundation. The coaching staff, front office, and veteran players are reportedly engaged in private meetings, weighing contingency plans, evaluating potential draft options, and considering how to maintain team morale during a transition that could define the franchise for a decade. Meanwhile, league insiders have suggested that multiple teams are already reaching out discreetly to gauge Prescott's openness to relocation. With conversations taking place in the shadows of mainstream media attention, hinting at a game of strategic leaks, whispers, and carefully orchestrated rumor-mongering. Sports commentators and analysts on YouTube channels, podcasts, and live shows are dissecting every available detail, speculating about Dallas' next moves, and predicting which franchises might emerge as frontrunners in securing a player of Prescott's caliber. The combination of strategic business maneuvers, fan speculation, and media frenzy is creating an environment that is equal parts exhilarating and unnerving for anyone who follows the NFL closely. As the clock ticks toward the end of the season, each game, each performance, and each off-field statement becomes scrutinized for hints of Prescott's future, amplifying the drama and turning even routine matchups into chapters in a larger, unfolding narrative. The ripple effects extend beyond just Dallas and Prescott, touching rival teams, potential trade partners, and the league's entire quarterback landscape in ways that few could have anticipated when the season began. Even as the NFL community reels from the announcement, the narrative surrounding Prescott's departure continues to evolve with each passing hour. Analysts are comparing potential landing spots, evaluating team fit, offensive systems, and organizational culture to predict where the quarterback might land. Social media amplifies these debates, creating a whirlwind of fan theories, conjecture, and speculation that spreads faster than official statements can keep up. Industry insiders are hinting at behind-the-scenes negotiations, while sports journalists are piecing together timelines, potential contract structures, and the subtle clues in Prescott's statements that might indicate his priorities. Fans are equally divided between heartbreak for Dallas and excitement for the possibilities Prescott could explore elsewhere, creating an emotional roller coaster that mirrors the intensity of playoff season drama. Meanwhile, memes, reaction videos, and hot takes proliferate online, turning the news into a cultural phenomenon beyond the sport itself. Every rumor, every leak, and every subtle nod from Prescott or the Cowboys is dissected endlessly, forming a tapestry of speculation that keeps audiences engaged and invested in a story that is far from over. The intrigue, tension, and uncertainty surrounding this announcement are what make it a truly captivating moment in NFL history. A story that will dominate headlines, discussions, and debates as fans and analysts alike try to unravel the future of one of football's brightest stars. Keep watching as we analyze more details about some rumors. The speculation surrounding Dak Prescott's departure from the Dallas Cowboys has taken on a life of its own, with insiders suggesting that the quarterback's decision was influenced not only by contract negotiations, but also by a desire to step out of a system that, despite its successes, may have limited his long-term legacy. Reports hint at private meetings between Prescott and multiple team executives, each trying to gauge his interest, probe his priorities, and position themselves as the ideal landing spot for a player of his stature. The ripple effects are visible everywhere, from sports radio debates to Twitter threads, where fans passionately argue about which team could benefit the most from Prescott's leadership. Analysts emphasize that the situation is far from straightforward, as financial considerations, coaching styles, and offensive schemes must align perfectly with Prescott's expectations. Meanwhile, Dallas' silence continues to fuel the rumor mill, suggesting either strategic restraint or internal turmoil as the front office wrestles with the reality of losing the centerpiece of their franchise. League insiders whisper about potential trade scenarios, intriguing offers, and the delicate balancing act of ensuring Prescott lands in a situation where both performance and visibility meet his career goals, while the Cowboys simultaneously attempt to mitigate the impact on fan loyalty, sponsorship deals, and media perception. The story has grown beyond a mere player move. It has become a spectacle, a narrative that combines sports, business strategy, and human ambition, capturing the attention of anyone who follows the NFL closely, making every passing day a potential turning point in this unfolding saga. Fans are speculating endlessly about which cities could be Prescott's next home, with whispers pointing to franchises desperate for a seasoned quarterback who can immediately elevate their offense. Sources suggest that some teams are preparing aggressive pitch strategies, emphasizing not only competitive potential, but also the cultural fit, media environment, and fan engagement that could sway Prescott's decision. Analysts are debating which teams have the cap flexibility to offer a contract that satisfies Prescott's expectations while remaining compliant with salary cap constraints. And these conversations are spilling into podcasts, YouTube breakdowns, and live discussions that dissect every nuance. Meanwhile, Dallas insiders are reportedly mapping out contingency plans, scouting draft options, and reviewing free agent possibilities to soften the blow of losing such a high-profile player. Social media has become a battleground of theories, with every rumor quickly amplified and dissected, creating a feedback loop of speculation that keeps fans glued to the story. Even minor comments from Prescott, team staff, or league executives are scrutinized for hidden meaning, often leading to intense debate and endless debate about motives, strategy, and timing. The tension is heightened by the knowledge that every day brings new developments, private conversations, informal visits, or hints dropped during interviews that could dramatically change the trajectory of Prescott's future and the landscape of the NFL. The financial implications of Prescott's move are already a hot topic, as analysts project potential shifts in team revenues, merchandising, and sponsorship deals depending on where he lands. The Cowboys, in particular, are bracing for the possibility of a significant hit to ticket sales and brand image, as Prescott has been synonymous with the franchise's identity for nearly a decade. Sources suggest that Dallas management is quietly weighing every possible strategy to either retain Prescott or maximize value in the event of a trade, including conditional draft picks, complex contract structuring, and negotiations designed to mitigate fan backlash. Meanwhile, league insiders hint that multiple teams are in active dialogue, exploring creative financial packages that could meet Prescott's demands while staying within salary cap limitations. Media coverage has exploded, with analysts, YouTubers, and commentators dissecting the potential ripple effects across the NFL, from playoff projections to the delicate balance of power among quarterback-driven franchises. Fans are caught between mourning the imminent end of an era in Dallas and fantasizing about the possibilities Prescott could unlock elsewhere. The uncertainty fuels endless discussion, making every press conference, social media post, and insider leak a potential catalyst for the next chapter of the story, and no one feels confident in predicting how this saga will unfold. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow NFL fans. Stay tuned for more updates, only here on NFL News Now.